that spoke today. I took a tablet full of notes, and you offered amazing nuggets. So congratulations, and thank you for that. Let's give them all a big hand. And secondly, I'd like to offer my personal congratulations to everybody that's in this room today. It's St. Patty's Day. It's about 75 and sunny outside, and there's lots of other things you could be doing, but you're sitting here. And I'll tell you that that's the difference between the people that will be here a year from now and the people that won't. The ones in the room, as long as you keep doing what you're doing and follow the lead of those that have done it before you, you will be here next year as well with a very big team. It's a process that works absolutely 100% of the time. This is what we've learned. There's only 2 ways that VEMA doesn't work for folks. 2 ways. If you haven't taken any notes, write this down. Okay, this is the note. You cannot fail in this business unless, A, you never start. I promise you, if you don't ever start, it won't work. That's a dead promise. Number 2, if you start and then you quit, that's a guarantee it won't work for you as well either. But if you start and you don't quit, I don't care how long it takes you, it will in fact work. Because what you're looking at here in the form of JD and Ronnie Phillips in our VEMA business is not a YPR story. Our story is not what happened over the past 24 months. We are not the Alex Morton of the world that did it in dark 30 hours and in Zoom. It didn't happen that way. And the reason I tell you that is it's possible for it to happen to anybody at any time, at any place, because it happened to us. As Jeffrey mentioned, I own a traditional business in Charlotte. I have one partner. We have a couple hundred employees. And that business keeps me busy about 60, 65 hours every week. I was trained traditionally. I'm 55 years old. All I knew was get up and go to work and make it happen. That's how I was trained, and that's just what I did. And the business worked. We were blessed to have good clients and a good environment and a good business model, and it worked. So we got lucky, and it worked. When we were introduced to VEMA, I can tell you there's a room full of YPRs, but I also see some of my own compadres out there. I see some OPRs out there right now. And I can tell you that you're looking at the most skeptical person in the room. You're staring at him right here at me. When the product was introduced to our family, I was like, no. I was like the Heisman, this guy, all right? And the reason for it was I was trained traditionally. I was trained that you trade your time for money. It's linear. I give so many hours, I get so much in repay. Or I sell so much and I get so much in commission. Or I do this for a fee or do that for a fee. I was trained that way, and it's a model that's worked. But just because VEMA is not that model doesn't mean VEMA doesn't work. That's what I did not understand. And it took me a while. So you're looking at someone who was introduced to the product just as a product. We took it home and our family drank it. My wife is the mom of our twins. She's a school volunteer and a church volunteer. Never been in business, never owned a company, never had any experience at all. But when she turned that bottle around and saw that she could drink in 2 ounces what she was gagging down in 8 pills and absorb it, it made sense. See, people do things that make sense. It made sense. Then she tasted it. It tasted pretty good. That made sense. Our kids were 7 years old at the time. They're twins, boy-girl twins. They like the taste. Well, I'm telling you, as a dad, your kids like something that's not sugar and sugar, you give it to them. Okay, I'm just a dad. We drank the product not for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. We drank it for 7 months. 7 months. Just consumed the product. Why? We had no belief. We had no belief this would work. We had no belief this was going. We didn't even know what networking was. We just knew it was an amazing product that was delivering results for our family, and we wanted other people to know about it. And then an amazing thing happened. Someone showed us how the business model worked. And it was real simple. Hey, JD, if you like the product, just tell somebody. Show them a video, let them sample it, let them take it to a computer and place an order. If they like it, great. If they don't, great. They can get their money back if they don't like it. That was logical. That made sense. See, the product made sense because it's liquid nutrition. The product makes sense because it's liquid energy. The product makes sense because it's liquid weight loss. That makes sense. That's why we drank it. We were drinking it. We weren't making money, but we were getting a result. We were no longer skeptical. You see, the reason people don't move with VEMA, business or opportunity, a business or product, is they're skeptical. Because you can be skeptical with anybody at any time about anything except for one person. You can't be skeptical with you. It's impossible. Humanly impossible. You can't be skeptical with you. when you have a result, personally. When it happens to you, then you now know. So when someone has a result from Verve Bold or Vima or a body, and it happens to them, guess what they know? They now know that Vima is real for them. When it's real for you, guess what you now no longer are? You're no longer skeptical. And once you're not skeptical, guess what you will do? You will at that point, and only at that point, tell someone. Because you're not scared or fearful of your reputation or somebody laughing at you or somebody pointing at you or somebody saying that's stupid. But here's the valuable part of the lesson that we learned, and you should learn this today. That's why Vima works. That's why Vima, now going into their 9th year, has grown every single month in business since they launched their company in 2004. Every single month. Now, how do you explain that? Because the product delivers results. Why would people continue to order it if it didn't work? 95% of the people in Vima don't make money. They just drink it. The 5% are the ones sitting in here. We're the ones making the money because we're out telling the story. But it takes the rest of the 95% ordering the product for the volume to be generated for people to earn the living. Why are they ordering the product? Because the product works. Because it's real. Why else would they order it? I look at my wife's business now. She's introduced 21 people that are on this product now after 8 years in business. 7 years in business. 21. Now, of those 21, there's 42,000. They're drinking the product in 11 countries around the world. Now, I'd like to tell you that it was our deal, but it wasn't our deal. We had nothing to do with that, except we just kept telling the story over and over and over. But here's the bigger number. Last year in our business, $12.7 million worth of Vima products moved through our garage in Lake Norman, North Carolina, and we didn't touch a box of it. Not one box. Not one box. How do you explain that? Because the model that they've put together is perfected. They know how to manufacture a product in Arizona and ship it to your door, which we have nothing to do with. We just get to participate in the profits of a company selling directly products to people that help them. So why wouldn't you tell somebody that you know, love, or care about something that in fact you know in fact yourself works for you? Why wouldn't you tell them? If you're not going to tell them, what kind of friend or family member are you? So here's the point. Vima works because the product works. You just have to decide, do you want to consume it, or do you want to tell somebody, or do you want to do both? And whichever one of those it is for you, that's what it'll work for you. That's how it will work. And that's why Vima works. Because guess what? You don't have to sell it. We don't have to convince anybody. We just let the product and the tools and the amazing stories from the amazing people do all the work for us. So if you're here today wondering, hey, is this for me? Whether I'm 15 or 55 or like my dad who's 85 and just went diamond. 85 years old. Go figure, right? Okay? How about that? 85. Regardless of who you are, just know this. There's nothing in this business that you need. Nothing you need as far as education, background, success, money, stature, status, none of it. All you need is desire. That's all you need to make this work. Because you saw it on the film today. We have the greatest products by the greatest leadership with the greatest company, and they just simply share the profits with those who tell the story. That's all this is. And you can't make it more than it is. Just because Vima's not traditional doesn't mean it's not real. So evaluate it for what it is. An amazing product helping amazing people do amazing things. And decide if that's a fit for you. If it makes sense, come along and join us. We'll help you. If it doesn't make sense, that's cool. You came in the door today as someone's friend, someone's family member, or someone's relative. You leave that way. If you leave and say this isn't for me, that's fine. It's not going to be for everybody because it won't make sense to everybody. But for those that it makes sense for, you let us know it makes sense for you, and we'll put a plan together to show you how to turn those sense into your own success story. And this story can in fact be your story. And I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be on a Sunday afternoon than with people that care about other people, and that's the ones in this room. So thank you for your time. Thanks for letting me be here, and we'll see you down the road.